You know how we praise people for their talent, right? A great singer, a brilliant artist, a star athlete, it just feels natural. But what if all that praise is based on a fundamental mistake? In this explainer, we're going to dig into a philosophical argument that says our whole understanding of credit, blame, and maybe even reality itself is just plain wrong. I mean, think about it. You hear an absolutely incredible song, and what's your first instinct? It's probably to say, wow, that singer is so talented. You praise their dedication, their hard work. It seems like the most obvious, most natural thing in the world to do. But what if that instinct is, well, wrong? The source material we're looking at today argues that congratulating the singer is actually a profound misunderstanding of how the universe really works. It's a huge claim, I know. So let's follow this thread, this idea of mistaken praise, because it's actually the key that unlocks a much, much bigger idea, what the true source of all our suffering really is. See, the argument is that we're giving credit, and also blame, to all the wrong things. We praise the singer, but the singer isn't the ultimate cause. In this worldview, everything that happens, from that beautiful song being sung to a single atom moving, is really powered by one single underlying source. You could call it God, but the text we're exploring calls it the fundamental reality. And this, right here, is the crucial point. According to the text, this specific kind of ignorance, believing that we are the independent authors of our actions, that we're the ones in charge of our fate, that is the ultimate source of all human suffering. Now, to help us really get our heads around this, the source uses this absolutely brilliant metaphor. I want you to imagine that our entire existence, everything we see and feel, is like one great cosmic movie. So, to understand this movie metaphor, we first have to know what the screen is. The source calls this fundamental reality Brahman. Think of it as this formless, invisible substance that is the basis for everything we see and experience. It's not part of the show. It's what makes the show possible in the first place. And this is the core of the analogy. The world we experience, full of attractive people and things, all the drama, the action, the emotion, that's the movie. It's an illusion, basically, and it's designed to capture our full attention. But underneath it all, holding it all up, is the screen, or Brahman. That's the true, formless reality. It's always there, but we are just so captivated by the story playing out on top of it that we never even notice. And that's the power of the illusion, isn't it? It's designed to be more attractive, more exciting than the plain, formless reality it rests on. We're just naturally drawn to the story, the characters, the whole spectacle of it all, and we completely ignore the substance that makes it all possible. Okay, so how does getting totally captivated by this movie actually cause us pain? Let's look at another really simple analogy from the source text that makes this connection crystal clear. It's a simple, universal cycle. First up, desire. A little kid sees a colorful balloon and they want it more than anything in the world. Then, step 2, anxiety. Once the child has the balloon, they're constantly worried. What if it floats away? What if someone takes it? And finally, step 3, pain. The balloon, as we all know, inevitably bursts, and the child is left weeping. The text argues that this isn't just a cute story about a child. It's a perfect model for our own adult lives. We desire things, objects, relationships, status, you name it. Those are our balloons. We then live in anxiety trying to hold on to them, and we inevitably suffer when we lose them, because everything in the great illusion is temporary. So if we're all living inside this powerful illusion, it probably helps to understand its properties, right? To know the rules of the game. The source lays out some pretty clear rules for how this thing operates. First, let's get a formal definition. The illusion is defined as something that appears to be totally real, but fundamentally, it isn't. It can only exist because it rests on something that is real, Brahman. It has no independent existence, no power of its own. So this illusion has 4 key properties. 1, it appears real, but it's not. 2, it depends completely on Brahman, kind of like how a shadow needs an object to even exist. 3, and this is a big one, it actively distorts and hides that true reality from us. And 4, it's always, always changing. This is why the balloon always pops, and it's why we can never hold on to anything in this world permanently. This all leads to a final, fascinating question. Who's in control of this illusion? And does it work the same way for everyone? Well, according to the source, the answer is a definite no. So who's pulling the strings? The source makes this really cool distinction. For the ultimate reality, for God, the illusion is an ornament. It's a tool that's used with complete control. But for us, it's a handcuff. The text uses this great analogy. God is like a high-ranking government minister, and the illusion is like their police detail. It does what it's told. We, on the other hand, are like criminals, bound and controlled by that very same force. And this all comes back to a specific verse in the Bhagavad Gita. It says the world is deluded by the three modes. Now, the source material we're looking at interprets these ancient modes as the building blocks of the illusion itself: aura, energy, and matter. It's because we're so completely caught up in these properties of the movie that we fail to see the screen, that true, inexhaustible reality behind it all. So, the next time you find yourself lost in the drama of the world, in the ups and downs, it's worth asking the question this text really leaves us with. If our life, our world, our suffering, and our joy are all just the movie, what then is the screen?